Well, the fire happened Sunday morning. You know, my shop, it's on fire. Mostly the center room. You know, it got up to the roof for the insulation there. It turned the whole shop black. It was so thick when I opened the door, I couldn't see in 2 inches. Just black. And of course, with my tunnel, which is essentially right there, the smoke found its way down the tunnel. In my old house here, not much insulation. It was fairly cool that morning. I'm sure my furnace was running. So when I came home, about 9 o'clock, I was only gone for about an hour. I opened the door. I was shocked and said, "Where's my fire extinguisher?" Got one small one there, and then I got another one, big one that's back there. I come running in here to get it. The house is smoky, so I ran back outside again, and I ran around the shop. I don't know if it was 2 minutes or 5 minutes, but realized, I can't deal with this, so called 911. Service master, that foreman, the area guy, he was out here Monday afternoon and brought me 2 of these air scrubbers and 2 other smaller machines. I'm not sure what they are. And then Tuesday morning about 10:30, 2 young pretty girls showed up. And they started cleaning my house. They worked on this room here and the bathroom. And the one girl tried to clean up my iron water stains here on the shower. You see the toilet there. The water just ruined the toilet. And 2 of them worked on these 2 areas and cleaned off my countertops. That was the first day. Second day, they were out here cleaning the bedroom. Cleaned all my TV and dresser and all my stuff. Of course, I should say Tuesday, they took everything. They took all my clothes, all my coats, coveralls, all my linen, all my couch blankets, all my drapes. They took everything. 5-6 bags, they took it. Then they spent a couple of days washing, different crew doing that. And all my clothes and stuff came back today. It's all washed and cleaned and set free. Wednesday they did my bedroom, and a young man was with them. And he did the living room, wiped all the walls, the windows, cleaned off the top of the brown, the trim there, cleaned the chair, cleaned my, all that business, coffee table. I got a drawer, bottom drawer there. He went through that and he cleaned all my pictures. Did a fantastic job. So that was Wednesday. Yesterday, the women worked on the kitchen. And 2 men were in here and scrubbed this whole room. This is my Little Giants workshop from 01 to 14. Like November 2014 is when I moved into my shop there. But 2 men worked in here and scrubbed and cleaned all my desks. They wiped every piece in here, yada yada. All the stuff, they wiped it down. Incredible. Small parts. I spent Wednesday in here. I spent a good 6 hours. I had 2 P50 models going together in here. So, I got these totes in town, and I packed out 2 big totes. I think 2 medium-sized totes, and then I think I filled up 5 of these totes here with tools and electronics and parts, and I cleaned all that out, and I put all that stuff in my Duramax there. Cleaned out a bunch of Tamiya stuff that I haven't touched in, I don't know, 8 years. Ever since it got Fumatech B50s, those dump trucks are twice the size of Tamiya, and once they're built, you usually don't touch them again. They haul a lot of dirt. Back in 2005, I think it was, that table there held a 30-inch bed lathe, and then I had like a 12-inch mini mill here. Now the floor is a little marked up. I'm sure it's spilled some oil on it, and of course that office chair there kind of wore it out too in spots. They got it pretty clean compared to what it used to look like, despite the smoke. Got my closet cleaned out. My closet connects to my bedroom here. I have a whole bunch of crap here in the closet. It's been a long time since my house has been this clean. I'll go get my bedding now and bought some brand new bedding, pillows and blankets and so on, make my bed. I'll be sleeping here tonight. I just sleep at a friend's house in town for Sunday to Thursday. It was awesome of my friend there. He's only got one kid left at home, but they had their Easter Sunday dinner there. They hosted 20 people, and they still took the time to prepare a room for me. I came in about 9 o'clock that night after their party, and I stayed with them for 5 nights. It was awesome of them to take me in. Like even the upstairs here is I think it's the space I got up here now. Geez, I took a pile of boxes and crap out of here. I spent most of yesterday cleaning the upstairs, and I spent pretty much all day Wednesday cleaning that one room and get it out for them so that they're free to work. It's just so spacious and clean here. I really should spend some money here and replace these old windows and put in more modern windows that are keep the cold draft out and easy to open in the summertime for crosshair. I found by putting a fan right here and just keep the air moving through the house here, it keeps the house so much cooler. I really don't need central air here at all. Even when it's 35, 40 degrees, it doesn't take long to cool the house off. Once the outside temp cools off, and with the fan in here, keeping the air moving, keeps my house, that much cooler during the day. I think I can get to about 2, 3 o'clock before I start feeling it in the house. That's my crib. That crib is, I think it was started with my sister that's a year older. So that crib is 66 or 67. Not sure how it ended up here, but it's in my house now. Old wooden cribs. It's this room here that I used to paint in, because I got the register right here, and it's straight up in the furnace, and it during the winter time especially, it's so warm in here. Many times if I paint in the morning and hang parts up there, by 6, 7 o'clock at night, I can take the parts and the paint is barely cured. And despite how clean this is, I'm going to continue painting up here because it's a perfect dry place. I suppose I should make something up here that would catch, the majority of the paint dust. But this is the cleanest my house has ever been. I'm going to try to keep up, but it's going to get dirty again. My porch here too, geez. Every time I bought something new, I kept the box in case something happened and I had to send it away. So pretty much had a narrow pathway straight to that door. Here again, I should put in a modern door, so I put in a screen here, screen window, and get the air moving. Once the sun goes down, cools off. But I cleaned out all the crap in here, a bunch of boxes mostly. That's all my corp tax records. Threw away everything from 2015 and up is there, so got to keep those for a while yet. That's so clean. It hasn't been this clean and spacious since I came here in 2001. We really did a fantastic job and did it all in 4 days. Today, I had the same 2 girls and the same 2 guys as yesterday, and then 3 more guys. And 3 more guys were the carpet cleaners, and they cleaned my ducts, heating ducts. Well, that was the 3 guys' job. And there was 2 other guys, that construction workers that were here on Tuesday. They boarded up the windows on the shop, and they closed off my tunnel. There's 2 layers of tarps, so my tunnel's completely sealed off in the house, so I'm not going to pull any bad air from the shop. They were here yesterday from I think about 3:30 till 4:30, and did what they had to do, and then we had a little BS section after they were done, and a couple of pops, and they went home. They're all coming out of Swift Current, Saskatchewan there, so that's, depending on how they come, it's anywhere from 65 to 77 miles, so they got a bit of a drive to get out here. And the girls, they were here 10:30 on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, today, they're out here by 8. So, they're peeling out of the shop there by 7 or just before. So, they really worked hard to get me back in here by Friday, and they've done a great job, and I'm really pleased. My house is clean. Gonna go get my bedding here and make my bed. I'll go and get my little buddy there. He's 10 miles south of town at a friend's house. Not too keen letting him come back in here when it's so clean. Gonna have to teach him to wipe his feet before he comes zooming around the house, especially this time of year with it being spring thaw and mud. We had rain yesterday and a heavy fog this morning. It's kind of muddy out there. Right where that trailer is, they're going to drop a sea can, and Monday we're going to start working on the front of the shop, cleaning my tools and various things that are in there. And everything that gets clean gets put in that sea can for now. I don't know what's happening with my building. Pretty sure it's coming down because there's just too much black soot all over the walls and so on. So get it cleaned out. Gonna spend Saturday, Sunday. They set up some lights for me. Apparently, they run a cord, goes out my jar vent there. Put my boots on here, go out there quick. They set up a string of lights so I can see. So that's awesome, because it's black in there. I was a little disappointed with the firemen you know, there's no need to bust windows. Well, there, look at that. They got a string of lights so I can see what's going on. I'm not sure if my leg can be cleaned up here or not. Why I forget now, did I scan my kitchen countertop there? Because the girls, they cleaned up my radios and made them look brand new, you know. Most of the radios were in the back here. You know, my burial over there, that white pail, I had 3 radios sitting there, and then there was a couple on the other side of the wall here. They were just smeared over black, and they got them brand new. I got one radio here that they did first to see if it come clean. Like, geez, look at the light in here. That's great. You know, these trucks here, I fired them up on Wednesday after the fire inspector got done his job. This is how they closed off my tunnel. I'm not taking any bad air. But, you know, all 3 of those trucks, you know, the insides are all black, but I plugged in a battery, and away it went. Everybody was quite wild with, you know, my hobby and so on. And that conveyor there, it's 180 centimeters, pretty tall. It's just about as tall as I am. And why the firemen grabbed that and they pitched it in this room and it's bent. I don't know if it's fucked or not, but and, you know, they really seriously didn't have to take their tools and knock the windows out. I was not pleased about that. You know, could have cleaned those windows, would have gave me a lot of light, but these string of lights here is, well, that's just fantastic. Gives me lots of light. But it turns out what happened, a light bulb blew up. It was done charging. I remember unplugging it from the wall, but I didn't unplug it from the charger. I thought I did, but the battery was sitting in a light bulb bag here, and somehow it still went off. It was an HRB. It was about 5 years old, and this is where it started, you know, as you can see. And it got up through the roof and started burning the insulation. The insulation had a fire retardant on it. That's all these flakes you see around here. That's the retardant that came down, more so than the insulation. But I had at least 6 Milwaukee batteries lined up here that were 4 amp, and I had 2 that were 6, and an 8 and a 12. And then I had like 6 4 amps that were sitting in package yet, spares. And they're all gone. They're completely trashed. And this is some models. I'll have to take those string of lights from, you know, in there and string them over here. Now, that's a radiant heater. There's super handy. When I sit down on my chair, I would plug that in and it give me some good heat. You know, and then when I left, I unplugged it because, you know, they suck a lot of electricity. I look at my speakers there, stereo. It's amazing how the heat, you know, some places it got and some places it didn't. Here's my 2009 stall. It shows up in the video okay. You know, that's all aluminum there. There's a little bit of melted hoses here, so it did get fairly hot. You know, the seals might be buggered up. My Lesu here is pretty well destroyed. Now that Keith Foreman truck I was telling you about is just a big blob. My Little Giants flagship, 1995. I can see the tires there, but everything else is gone. My B lead, it's gone. You know, my 475 loader there, the cab's all melted, but the Scale Art loader, you know, the plastic windows are still in it, so it might be fine. And then I got a D65 here that, well, it's pretty badly damaged. And then my 10 scale D9, I noticed in my Sunday video, I kept calling it a D10, but this is 100% scratch built by a Texan. Joe Lewis is his name. He built that, and I bought it from him in 2012. And front windshield here, a little melted, and a little bit of melted stuff around here. I have to give him a call and say, how are you, and so on, and where he sourced some of those parts, or if he made them totally from scratch. But I think for the most, like, I haven't lifted the hood off there to see if it got down in there. You know, maybe the internals are totally clean, but God, I had a lot of parts in here. I had a parts bin here. You know, I think there was 12 drawers. You know, it's sad about this high. Look at it. It's just, I had numerous 3mm bolts and screws, and now it's just one big plastic blob. This wooden box here, up here was Castle Creation bolt meters and stuff. This was my Spectrum receivers. You know, up here, you know, the Castle stuff is kind of melted, probably junk, but I think I can't get the, oh, I came open that time. Well, you can't see nothing, it's black. But down here, you know, I got spare motors and stuff for my track drives in my burial and all kinds of stuff. I suppose a lot of that stuff is going to have to chuck in the garbage. You know, over here I had our RPM indicator and stuff like that. Imagine that's crap. Had a bunch of different glues and lubricants and stuff up here. And I got all my B50 frames for making more trailers. You know, these are all steel, so it'll just be a matter of sandblasting and that stuff. I'm going to go through this on Sunday, Monday. My trusty solder station is pretty well trashed. Oh, that's my shaker deck for my screener. It's probably trash. You know, my drawers aren't too bad here. It looks pretty black, but when I was looking at it, here I got my flashlight. You know, there's some soot in there, but it's not too bad. You know, all those fitties and stuff are actually salvageable. This is all my RC model design motors and stuff. It's just batteries and stuff for the mill and so on. That wooden box, it's a knife set, but it's mostly number 11 blades. My flashlight's about to die here. This is all Linebach hydraulic cylinders. Hard to say if they're all garbage now. JB Weld and epoxies and stuff, and metric bolts. Files and fancy bits. This was just crap mostly. This is a bunch of hydraulic parts in here. Valves, and you know, might just be a matter of cleaning. This is my tap and die metric. Oh, well, this is pretty well ruined. Let's see here. Oh, look at that. That looks okay. Strange how this smoke got in places. Now I can't get the door closed. Come on, bitch. Oh, flashlight went out. Needs a recharge. Not much down here. So, yeah. Now, my D71 dozer that I got January 23, there was that cloth covering it. Look at that. I took that thing off. You know, there's a little bit on the hood and stuff, but look at the windows and stuff. Huh. I sure got lucky. You know, it was kind of parked under there, and the firemen didn't bother it at all, and that's, I think it's pretty well totally intact. Might be a bit of soot inside, but just gonna be some meticulous cleaning. Well, that truck's not too bad. I was parked right here, and you know, they tripped over the truck hood and thing, but they didn't step on it, and everything's intact. But you know, the insides are full of soot, so gonna have to clean it. Now, this is my number 2 burial that I got in 2016. You know, needs good cleaning. So I still got one lipo there. Fired it up. Radio's in the house. But all my lipos are sitting up over here charged. When you look at them, and the plastic covering on all of them is compromised. Chuck them. You know, they're all fully charged. If I need to move some trucks around and stuff, you know, I could probably still use them just to get the trucks out, but there was two, my stalls over in the corner there. It looks okay. I haven't pulled the hood on it. But I know there's a DX18 in here. That's that radio. And I was trying to figure out what this one might be. And it's probably the D7 that I had for, you know, that stall loader and the scale art loader. I think that's switches here. Yeah, I think that's the D7, so that's toast. But, you know, Burial was having a last production sale last spring, so I bought 2 more. You know, they were selling these kits at $32.50. You know, the other 2 cost me $5,200 shipped to my door, and I got these ones for $22.50. So I bought 2. And look at that, they're sitting under the bench. They're totally protected. You know, I haven't pulled nothing out yet, but I bet you they're 100% fine and not dirty, because I never open the boxes. So they're perfectly fine. You know, you look at these rubber tires here, nothing burnt. Those are all the tires for the 2 B50s that were in my house. The tires were out here yet, but the rims and everything was in there. I've got a couple of dump boxes. I think there's one was in the house, but there's 2 out here. So that's gonna have to be sandblasted and repainted. So the 2 trucks that are in the house, you know, will be built as regular ADT dump trucks, and then I was gonna make a second pup and pair them up. You know, there's a dump box back there. You know, the paint's ruined, but got an old stall bulldozer in there. And then below it, I think, was a a 922 Traco. You know, you can't see it there, but you know, the tracks and stuff are sitting right there. It's, you know, it's just going to take good cleaning. And then there's, you know, right here, if you can't see, is a stall track loader. So have to order another Lesu 374. I got a power broom still in the package, somewhere under this crap here, and got a couple of other things, can't remember, but some of the stuff was back ordered, and it'll probably show up next week, like the hydraulic jackhammer. That'll be coming. I was going to try that jackhammer, but holy shit, it's 30 minutes already. Well, that's the progress of this week after the fire. You know, good people, service masters, you know, the foreman that, you know, manages all the people and the workers themselves, you know, they're all polite and happy and easy to get along with, and we all had a great week together, a great 4 days. And I think if the girls aren't painting next week, you know, the girls will be back with their, you know, they're very good at cleaning, and I'll start working on my hand tools and my Milwaukee tools and make a decision whether or not I can keep my Milwaukee tools or if I have to go all new again. But primary job next week is going to be doing the front of the shop and getting it cleaned out. You know, today's what, April, I don't know, 6th or 7th or 8th. It'll be, I don't know, 25th. First, you know, we start seeding. My job's spraying, so my job starts about 3 days before the drills go. So I still got 2 weeks that I can put into this and get the majority of this out. You know, the walls are too black there. I'm pretty sure the whole building's got to come down. Electrician's coming out Monday to give me some temporary power in this building here so we can see better. And we'll focus on the front here first, and I'll work in the middle tomorrow and Sunday and see what I can salvage. Move out, you know, a bunch of garbage to the dump. Moving forward, not looking back. Parked my Polaris 1000 out there. If it was to rain or wash it off, son. They mentioned something about bringing a power washer Monday, and we'll start washing some of the black stuff here. 33.5 minutes. I guess it's time to wrap it up. We'll do another update here in a couple of days.